What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Cantina Jargon with myself, Joe from Jargon, and Caden with Cantina Talk. We are streaming on both channels, I believe, and and we are just gonna chat about the Bad Batch a little bit. So we got trailer 1 for season 3, which comes out basically a month from today. It comes out February 21st.
Yeah, I get lucky. I get 3 episode premiere on my birthday, so it's like
Can't get much better than that. That's awesome.
yeah,
Pretty pumped.
I am
So
too.
yeah, I honestly, it came out of nowhere too. I don't think there was any kind of
Yeah,
like
I instantly I saw
news
the
about
notification on
it.
my phone. I'm like, what? Like what? And then I saw it came out 2 hours ago. I'm like, that's such a weird time for it to come out, dude. Just randomly at like 10 a.m.
Right,
Like
right. Yeah,
on like a Monday.
very
Yeah,
very random, but I'm all for it. I only watched it, like I just was telling you before we started. I've only watched it once, so I saw some of the crazy stuff, but um, I think we need
helps.
to
Yeah,
watch through it again and see what's going on. So, I mean, I'm gonna throw it up on the screen and just we can just run through it, you know?
yeah.
Uh,
I think tonight
yeah,
if
go
I
ahead.
if I get the time after my stuff's done, I'm definitely gonna make a breakdown.
I think you should. You make some of the
Yeah,
most detailed breakdowns around. So, and
I was like,
you've had an eye for
should.
spotting things that
Dude,
you
the
know
second
a
the
lot of us
second I
haven't
heard the
spotted before.
voice, I was like, don't. I didn't have captions on. I'm like, do not, do not, do not, don't do it.
Yeah, no, and the voice was very recognizable. I'll say that much. So, all right. Oh, I want to go back on
Wait,
this thing real quick
hang
here.
on. Is
Let's
that?
back it up here. What is this? Is outside of Coruscant,
Yeah,
obviously.
I'll say that looks like Coruscant. But that's in Rebels. There's the one planet where they had the space station that they were refueling the. I think it's the A wings. Um, that's what it looks like.
It does look like I don't know if you ever played the old like X-Wing games. Like it looks like
Yeah.
those
Hang
like
on.
floating kind of like space stations where a lot of the bases were. Really cool. It could be some sort of Legends callback, but I'm not entirely sure. If anyone is, just comment and let us
Uh,
know.
Wayland
Um,
Wayland fueling depot is what it looks like.
ooh, okay, okay.
I mean,
I
but
Yeah,
yeah.
it's sick. That is interesting. That is the first interesting thing. Rex, obviously. Do you think we're gonna get a lot of Rex this season? Because I
uh,
think he's gonna be pretty featured in it.
I kind of hope so. More so than the previous 2 seasons.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. He was hardly in the other 2 seasons. I mean, he would have like one episode here or there. So,
I think he definitely got more
um,
screen time with season 2. I'd say. I also
yeah.
sent you the picture, by the way, of that station from Rebels.
Hello, Greater J. Let's take a look at the Rebel Station. Whoa. Okay. I'm gonna pull it up on screen real quick if it'll come up. Oh, I have to go out of full screen. It's a whole thing, It's a whole thing dealing with multiple screens. There it is. Pretty interesting. Pretty similar, I would
Yeah,
say.
that's the first thing I thought of when I saw that. I was like, oh, it's like the refueling station.
Yeah, interesting. Huh. I mean, whatever it is, it looks cool. I'll
Yeah.
say that much.
Okay.
What is that?
So is that's Jabba's palace, right? Right? Like,
Well, no, Jabba's palace isn't on top of a cliff like
well,
that.
no,
I
no,
mean,
no,
this
no,
is
no,
this is
not
above
the
the
one,
clouds.
not the one from Tatooine. The one arc in Clone Wars, the first season. I think this is the first episode.
That it could be. It could
That's what I'm
definitely
thinking.
be a
Hang on, one.
it could be a hut. Obviously, I'm not a hut, but it could be owned by the huts, basically. Whatever it is.
Uh,
Interesting.
because it makes you think of that.
From the Clone Wars movie you're talking about,
Yeah,
where they
yeah.
rescue the
Because
little hut. Yeah.
yes, yes, Stinky the Hut. Yeah, because it was in Ahsoka episode 5. I cannot think of the planet's name to save my life right now, but
Yeah,
because
and they
the
do
first
climb
flashback.
up the side of that mountain there,
Yeah, because
which is
Ventress was there,
interesting.
and also too later in the trailer, this looks like that same location where everything goes down at the end. Because if you look
Okay.
behind Wrecker and everyone,
That's
the
where,
atmosphere,
yeah.
yeah, interesting to say the
All right.
least.
Continuing. Is that their ship?
Yeah, that's the new one that they have.
The Marauder thing or whatever they
It,
call it, the Marauder, right?
it's not
Oh,
the
it's not
Marauder
that
anymore.
one. Yeah,
It's a
okay,
different
they
one they
got a
have now.
different one. That's right. That's right. Yeah. Okay.
This is just flashback.
Yeah. So okay, let's speculate real quick. And Clark, thanks for joining, man. He says, "Hey guys, Wrecker's my favorite Bad Batch member. Dwayne Johnson would play him in live action. That could work. That'd be cool.
I would honestly, yeah, okay, yeah.
Or Tim in like a bodysuit.
I would say I'd want Tem to be like hulked out like with CGI and it'd be like,
Yeah, it'd be hilarious. Oh my god, it'd be so funny. Um, so Tech, a lot of people were speculating, like initially when he died, that he wasn't actually dead because we didn't see a body. Blah blah.
I don't
It's a
think he's
kid
dead.
show. They're not going to show the body. I think he's gone.
Okay, you say that, but then we had decapitations in Clone Wars.
True,
So,
that's true.
like,
That's true. But a lot of that stuff in Clone Wars happened like prior to Disney buying out Star Wars. Also,
but they also did some pretty gnarly stuff afterwards too, though.
in season 7 was the only. Well, season 7 would have been their only season under
Six,
Disney. So
yeah, because they were halfway through 6, and then Disney came in and had them rewrite stuff.
right, right.
I think they added everything with the wills with that stuff.
Right.
I mean, season
So
7 though they showed a decapitation. With,
yeah, it's true. With the
I,
Mandalorians or
yeah.
whatever. Yeah, yeah.
Well, no, not even that. With Ahsoka, I mean, they show it in Tales too. When Ahsoka takes the lightsaber from I can't remember the Inquisitor's name.
Oh,
When she gets her kyber crystals for her.
yeah, that masked Inquisitor. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, no, I'm not saying they wouldn't show the like, but what's the point of showing his like? I mean, his body would be flat when he lands on the from this height, right? So like, it's flat at this point. I don't. I'm just
Yeah,
saying.
I wouldn't.
He's dead.
Yeah, they wouldn't
There's
show
no way
that.
he lives through this. Yeah,
That's some like invincible stuff that they would show. Like that's.
I'm just saying there's no way he lived. People are like
I'm
they speculating he's alive. I'm not.
I think
At
he's got
all.
those little boosters on his backpack. I think I think he's
I'm
still alive. I think he's in hiding. Like I think he knows he had to fake his death, but whatever.
I could see him doing that and then like helping helping what's her Omega escape. I could see that. I just hope I'm really over the trope of like, oh, we're gonna kill off this Star Wars character and then we're gonna bring him back. Just like I don't want them to bring back Cad Bane. Like Boba killed him, he's dead now. Like let's not do this for
Yeah.
a second time or a third time or whatever. He doesn't need to do.
With Cad
he's
being in this
dead.
trailer, because they did Cad in Bad Batch, and then right after that he was in he was in Boba. Do you think they're gonna do this where he's in Bad Batch again, and then he's gonna be in something else, or do you think he's done from Boba?
I sure hope he's done, man.
hope he's done, too.
I do. And it's not that I don't like Cad Bane. I thought the live action portrayal was actually awesome. He should have been more. He should have been more featured in the Book of Boba Fett. That was the issue. I don't think we need to bring him back to life, though.
Yeah,
he's
there
gone.
wasn't too much of his
So-
like menacing presence.
Right. He could have been like kind of featured throughout the season.
Yeah, or
In the
at least
shadows
teased
or
a little bit
whatever.
more and like shown,
Yeah.
like giving him. I don't know, because I think if people didn't watch Clone Wars, they were like, "Who the hell is this guy?" Like,
Right.
there was not enough like backstory there for him.
I agree.
Clark says, "I hope Delta Squad makes an appearance." I believe we should be seeing Delta Squad.
I think so too. We'll get to a reason why here shortly,
Yeah.
because I think I saw something in the trailer that would have said so. I do hope Tech is dead, although I could see him being revived by someone like Jack 14, who I think would fit perfectly in the Bad Batch because he has Force mutations. I mean, I could see them reviving him anyway. Really, any way they feel
He could be
they feel
echo-fied too.
works. But oh yeah, of course, something like that. I hope he's dead. That's all I'm gonna say.
I
I hope
agree with
he's
you.
dead.
I just wish he would have went out a different way. I don't remember. I like how he went out, but like I feel like that should have went to like Wrecker, for example, like something like that, like where like
I mean,
I'm thinking of like how
I think
Paz died.
I think they're
almost.
all dying. I think they're all
yeah, no, they're not surviving the show. Like Omega would be the only one that would like survive if I had to guess.
right.
Obviously Rex and Wolf and whatnot, Gregor, but that's really about it.
Yeah, I think they're all dying. So I don't know. We'll see. And yes, he is canon due to book droidography. Sure, Jack 14 is canon. Absolutely. All right, let's see what else we got here. We got some stormtroopers. They're still wearing that like TK initial like TK stormtrooper armor,
Yeah,
which is
like
kind of
almost like
interesting.
the also too with the helmets, almost like the training helmets for the Imperial like facilities from Rebels, like that
Yeah,
Ezra's wearing.
very well. Those were also based off the Ralph McQuarrie art, which these are based off of. So, um,
Uh,
that
uh,
makes sense. I
yeah,
just yeah,
I'm
I'm curious to see if we get introduced to the real stormtrooper look. Obviously,
I think by the end we will, because I mean,
yeah, the clones are gonna be phased out by the end,
because I'm thinking like
right?
why they have these helmets now. It's because like okay, these ones are gonna be obsolete, so they're gonna use them for the training facilities because they're passing down the old gear. They already spent all the money on it, so they're gonna have it
Right.
available for in Rebels.
I think you're
So
right. Oh, Tony's in the
yeah,
chat.
what's going on, Tony?
Tony, somehow Sasha returned,
So
and
excited,
you know
man.
what else? Somehow Palpatine returned, but
Talk
well,
about Ian McDermott being back too.
is he doing the voice?
Yeah, he's doing the voice.
Oh, thank
That's
God.
definitely
That's
McDermott. That's
awesome.
not Whitwer. Okay,
So,
I think this scene takes place at the very beginning because if you look at Omega's hair
oh
before that
yeah,
shot, it's way different. Because this is still like her long hair. This is probably right after her capture and everything. Because her hair's still long, but the one where it's her face is different. Uh,
this no,
no,
this
no,
all
no,
looks
no.
the same.
Before it, there's one before it where like her hair changes, so it makes me think maybe it's later on in the trailer. I'm thinking
It might
of.
be later, but this is definitely on Tantus, right?
Yeah,
Like
this is
that's
yeah,
yeah. I'm so excited to see more Tantus. I mean, I
yeah. The Scorcher right there.
Tantus is such a great. Oh yeah, there's Scorcher. Okay. There you go.
There he is.
Oh yeah.
Love those
Um,
helmets.
yeah, awesome. So, regarding Tantus, though, I think Tantus is going to play a major role in the season, which is going to be awesome because Tantus in Legends and the Thrawn trilogy is just a huge. It's like a storehouse for the Emperor. And there's not just the cloning cylinders there and everything, but he actually keeps a lot of other secrets there as well. And because we're getting this huge scene where we see Palpatine, walking up and having the conversation. I should turned on subtitles earlier, but yeah, I think I don't know, man. I think Tantus is gonna play into the Mandalorian and Heir to the Empire and Dave's movie, all that. So
Do you remember when last week when I was talking about how like I think we're gonna see a lot more Tantus and like the creatures on Tantus, like the mutated creatures and stuff from testings? In this trailer, we definitely saw multiple creatures from like a swampy forest area,
yeah,
like jungle
yeah,
area in this trailer. So I believe we're gonna get a lot of on ground in Tantus, like
I think
wilderness.
so too. I think so too. I think
All for it. Islamari. I'm just saying. Like it's
Islamari, if it happens, be cool if
yeah.
Ventress came across the Islamari. That would be kind of cool.
Oh my god, that'd be
There's
sick.
not, there's not a lot of Jedi in the show. Obviously, I mean, we
Well,
could
yeah.
speculate on that obviously as well. But oh God, please no! If they only brought Ventress in to use her magic to revive Tech, she's not gonna revive Tech.
No, I
I'm telling you,
think
his
yeah, no.
body is flat. He's
Well,
like he
and
hit the ground and he's gone.
based off the context, I believe she's still doing her bounty hunting stuff here, and there's a bounty on the batch, and that's why she's here. Because she's no longer a Sith, but she's still doing all of her bounty hunting missions.
Yeah, so there's definitely going to be a large bounty hunter presence in the show,
Yeah,
just based on some of these other.
because she even said too, like I'm not here, like I didn't want to have to kill you guys, as in like she wanted to take him in alive,
Right. Interesting.
kind of like Mando, like I could bring you in warm. So yeah, this is definitely Tantus still.
So I'm thinking this is Tantus. That's the thing. There is
Just that
nothing
door
of
behind them both.
greater importance, Palpatine says,
Yeah, it has to be because Nala says there.
to secure the future of this empire.
What is it?
So
This isn't
Palpatine's
Ord
got
Mantell.
some serious plans, man, for Tantus.
I mean, he had a freaking Zillow beast to be brought there, so
Right.
like he's doing some evil stuff for sure.
So it would make sense to me that if we want to connect all the Dave Filoni stuff, that whatever Palpatine's doing there, it could be the Zillow Beast stuff, it could be the cloning stuff. Thrawn is gonna want to get a hold of it sometime in the near future in live action, and he's going to go to Tantus to get whatever it is. I'm
Well,
almost certain of it.
And
at
with
this
him being a
point.
Grand Admiral, even if they would have like tried to if a lot of it tried to get him restricted and everything, with him being a Grand Admiral, like with his code cylinders, he still probably has access to the facility as well.
Right. Oh, he probably does. He still has his old uniform in Ahsoka, so this was interesting. Who's this?
Did we
Is that
see him
supposed to be
last?
Crosshair?
I don't think it's Crosshair, because didn't we see this person last season, or was it in Clone War? What was it?
I
There was
don't
someone,
recognize
like,
this person at all.
Maybe it was a Clone Wars arc. There was like this assassin rogue clone that was killing clones. I think it. When was this? No, this was definitely Bad Batch. It's that assassin.
Okay,
'Cause
yeah,
remember-
there
remember
was
he had,
an
like,
assassin. Yeah.
It was like the electricity. What is it? The like cyanide capsule that
Yeah,
you
yeah,
hit
yeah,
on?
yeah.
Yeah. This is that guy, I believe.
Hmm.
I think he's like a mutated clone, like Crosshair, having his abilities, but it's not Crosshair. I don't know.
I think he could be a clone of Crosshair.
Yeah.
I mean,
for sure.
we know they've been experimenting on Crosshair now. He's been at Tantus for a while. He went willingly.
And they made it seem like there's been like a good year time jump or something like that with Hunter saying like Omega's been waiting for us long enough.
Yeah, right. Let's see here. So, some fighting. Look at these. Look at the visuals, man.
I want to say, like, I think their budget got upped by like 30-40%. Like, that's definitely Wayland.
All right.
Yeah.
Fennec Shan. We got Fennec. We know we're getting Cad Bane. Tell me we're not getting Boba Fett, because Boba is Omega's brother, basically.
I think this is going to be the season of the bounty hunters, because we got Ventress, we got Cad, we got Fennec. Who knows who else is there?
Boba's got to be in this, man.
There's Wolf, yeah.
Yep.
See, like her hair is totally different.
Yeah, but she's also flying a ship there. I mean,
Tech was showing her how to fly, so I think that like it's definitely like, I think she tries to. That's probably her trying to escape before like. I don't know.
Yeah, definitely her escape.
Or trying to escape before she gets captured. Like if she fails, anyway. She's still wearing the Camino outfit. If you look at the on the shoulder.
Yep, on the shoulder there.
This is gotta be Tantus, right?
I don't know. I mean, the leaves are red. Tantus is very green.
I'm thinking like at like dusk, or like in the evening, like in the forest somewhere.
Oh, it could be. I mean, the only thing that honestly it makes me think though is that there's a possibility we're gonna get still some filler episodes where they just go on a side quest mission. I mean, it is Bad Batch. There are 15 episodes confirmed.
Oh, it's 15.
Yes, it's 15 episodes confirmed.
Okay, yeah, I'm throwing that right out the window then.
So I definitely think there's going to be some filler.
Hang on. Was that Fennec on the boat when Wrecker jumped?
Oh, let's go back. We're moving slow now. Whoa.
Look at the top of the helmet.
It does look like an orange.
Yeah, that's Fennec.
Oh, that is Fennec. Okay.
So Fennec's wait. Then that head has to be. I mean, that doesn't even look like. Yeah, because that's definitely Hunter. That's definitely Fennec.
It's Hunter.
So so Fennec is helping them.
She helped him before, though, kind of. I mean,
I'd say she helped
fought
Omega,
against Cad, but yeah. So
they might be recruiting her, honestly,
works
to get
for Nala Se, right?
Yeah, and I believe honestly, like with Rex showing up, they're probably recruiting her to help them get her back, Omega.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Because I mean, she's all about money. Like
Fennec right there.
I just saw the tip of the helm. I'm like, that's Fennec. Like the second I saw it, I didn't even see that in the trailer for the first 3 times watching it either. So that's
good catch. I mean, if we do get Boba, I really don't want him and Fennec to cross paths.
No,
though.
They should not meet at all until when we see in Mando.
Yeah, but she knows of him, so it'd be fine if he's around and gets the score before her or something, as long as they don't cross paths. Because she knows of him in Book of Boba, she literally says like, "Oh, Boba Fett's dead," and he's like, "No, I'm Boba Fett." So
yeah, I I definitely want them if they have any interaction at all. Rather, it'd be I want it to just be him stealing her bounty. Like I don't want anything else besides that.
Yeah,
Because
right,
then it'll
right.
give her like a reason to like
Like
look up to him
actually
later
talk
on.
to
Yeah.
him or something. Yeah, right, right.
David says, "Why do I have a feeling that Ventress is going to be an ally to the Bad Batch?" Also in the trailer, Crosshair looks guilty about joining the Empire and wants to do the right thing. I'm all for it.
I definitely think Ventress is gonna fight alongside them. I don't think she's gonna
I mean,
fight them.
I want her to be an ally, but I genuinely think she's. I don't know.
I don't know
I
either.
really hope she isn't. But
Her red saber's gone.
yeah,
But
but it's the stuff with Quinlan though. So from the book,
right. So we'll wait till we get to the Ventress scene to
okay.
talk about that. But
Yeah.
but Crosshair, I absolutely think he regrets his actions toward the rest of the Bad Batch, and that he wants to do the right thing. I agree.
I think definitely the first time we saw that was when he saved Omega on Camino, and the second time was after everything with the Snow Planet and the clones dying. When he shot the commanding officer.
The snow planet was a huge turning point for Crosshair, and I definitely think that Omega is gonna kind of get in his head too while they're at.
I think Omega and
Candace.
then the second sister of the clones now too. I can't remember her name. The new one.
I don't know what her name is either, but
yeah,
I know you're talking about. Yeah, I also have the feeling that Ventress will become aligned with the Bad Batch, and considering Palpatine wanted her killed, I'm struggling to see her working for the Empire.
I don't think she's ever going to work for the Empire. I think she's working for the Bounty Hunter Guild, based off of the book and everything. Like I think she's a bounty hunter at this point in time. She's a free agent.
Sure, but I mean, if based on this right here, if the Bad Batch is working with bounty hunters, there's no reason they can't be working with her either. I mean,
I'm just saying
we have Fennec with the Bad Batch. They've clearly hired bounty hunters. Perhaps Fennec knows Ventress and brings her on board.
I'm gonna say very plausible. Like I'm 50-50 on it, but the line at the end is making me think otherwise. That's the only thing that's like.
Let's move forward and get there then. Because I wanna kind of see. I don't know what planet that. Oh, that was the planet. That's the one you're talking about.
Yeah,
I think. Yeah.
This is definitely that same planet. Yeah.
This is the one where the hut building is. Yeah.
Because then after it switches off of Wrecker and why can't I even talk right now? Whenever it switches off Wrecker and Hunter in the next two shots, I think behind Ventress or behind them anyway, you could see like the pink sky and everything.
What ship is this?
It's not. That's definitely not Fennec's. Fennec's was like more of like a.
I wonder if Ventress is on the ship.
Could be.
All right.
Yeah, because look at the top right.
Yeah.
Or top left. Sorry.
Yeah. Definitely.
I think that's on. I think that was on Wayland.
Well, this is Tantus right here. Yeah. This is Wayland for sure.
Okay, tell me that's not like a reimagining of a Vornsker. No, is that reaching?
Yeah, I tried to look at this initially when I watched it. I guess I don't think so because of this.
From this angle, no.
But I mean, Vornskers have never appeared in canon, so they could potentially look like that, especially to not confuse them from other things that already look similar.
And the Islamari are different too in Rebels than in Legends as well.
Right. That's right. Dude,
I'd say like a pretty sizable redesign too.
Good. It would be a big redesign, but I'd be okay with it. I'm not as picky with like creature designs and stuff like that as I would be something like a character like Talon or if they brought a Talon if they brought him into canon, I expect him to look a certain way, basically.
I was saying as in like what the Islamari looked like in Legends versus now, like it's like they did like a sizable like reimagining of it, but I still think it's perfect. Like
it still fits the bill. Right. How good does Tantus look? I'm just so excited.
I'm like taken away by it, and I'm like this I can't even imagine what this would look like in real life. Like in like I guess in like live action anyway.
When
Like
they,
like I
when
yeah
if they do live action for it, definitely. Okay, this also has to be Wayland.
yeah.
And for those of you that don't know, Wayland is the planet that Mount Tantus is on. For those of you that don't know,
See, I
I
wasn't planning on
wasn't
killing. Yeah.
planning on killing you, but you're making it very tempting. See what I'm telling you, man? It's like they're trying to throw us off. They're trying to throw us off. I don't. Okay, here she is, Yellow Blade. Sure, I. So in Dark Disciples, which is the novel where she's with Quinlan, she dies.
Yeah. So I think they're gonna like retcon that part of it because Quinlan is technically still alive from in Kenobi anyway, up until 10 years before A New Hope, or roughly with the writing and everything.
Well, we don't know if he's alive in Kenobi. We just know he had come through the way or whatever they call that. What do they call it? The path or something?
Yeah, the path.
We know he had been through there. We don't know how far back it was or how recent it was, though. There's no indication.
For to me anyway, it seemed like that he might have just been there like in the past year easily. Like as in like he was like it
Possibly.
was recent. That's the way it made it seem to
Oh,
me.
I mean, they kind of made it seem like it was like, oh, Quinlan's been around here, like
Also,
he's still around. Yeah, I
if you
know, I agree. I just
if you notice too, somehow she got her hilts back because that's hers from the Clone
right.
Wars,
That's the
and
curved
they were
hilt.
they're
Yeah.
taken by Anakin and like way before that.
And Greta J says, and a small detail that really annoyed me about the trailer is that she has her Sith hilt with the gold blade. I am aware Maul possessed the black market hilt, but I don't think it was confirmed. Um, yeah, I can't say I'm like super annoyed about it, and also
It's cool just to
Filoni
see it.
just doesn't care about the books at this point. It's very obvious that he'll do whatever he wants. I mean, they change Kanan's saber, as a Padawan. Um, they'll change hers too. They don't care. Little things like that, they just don't care.
Yeah, because like look at all of, like Ahsoka's book for what happened in between Order 66 and now, and we saw that in
Hmm.
Tales. Like it's just like he just does his own little reimaginings of it for like what just to quickly get it done and over with
Right.
to
Even
give little nods to
something,
him.
even something like Cobb Vanth getting the Boba Fett armor, it didn't really play out the way it did in The Mandalorian in the Aftermath trilogy. Very different, in fact. But it could be interpreted in the way that we saw it on screen, which is the interesting thing about it. I think that they are willing to play around with the words and make it their own in a way. That's going to piss some people off, but in the end, I guess I don't care that much because I'm always able to pretty much separate the books from what we see on screen.
Yeah, I am too. I take them as like artistic liberty, and also take them as
Hmm.
like okay, this is the groundwork that was laid, and this is what they laid on top of it to create their own. And I just
Right,
look at it from all the sides. The same with the games. Like the games are their own thing, pretty much.
right.
Like
I mean, it would annoy me if they were like, okay, um we're gonna do a show called Dark Disciple and it didn't follow the book. That would annoy me.
yeah, okay, yeah. It's the same thing. Heir to
That's
the Empire. Like
right. Yeah,
yeah,
exactly.
stupid as hell to do that.
Don't
Change the name.
Yeah, change the name if it's not gonna stay true to the material, and if it's gonna be your own thing, then make it your own thing. Fine, I don't care. But if you are gonna name it after the book, if they're gonna do a Shadows of the Empire or something like that, if they ever did an animated Shadows of the Empire, it better freaking follow the book, comic, game to a T. I mean, there's no reason it shouldn't.
Yeah, no, definitely because like, what's the? I mean, unless you're just updating things, like obviously we talked about in the past, like the Luke clone only taking a month. Unless they
Right.
update things like that, like little things like that, that's fine. But like changing big ass plot points, I don't know.
Yeah, no way. I'm definitely fine with updating things to fit the canon better because a lot of these stories, these legend stories, were written before the prequels even came out. So
Yeah,
of course, there's going to be some inconsistencies. So I'm definitely fine with them updating those things. I agree, 100%. Yeah. But yeah, they got to keep it. They got to keep it true if they're going to name them the same things. But this is not that. This is the Bad Batch. Asajj is showing up, and maybe it will conflict with Dark Disciples. Maybe it won't.
I just know something too. Every single season, we've gotten a Jedi. Ventress, Wookiee, and now, well, and I think it's the season 1 Kanan, obviously.
It is shocking that we haven't gotten Ahsoka in the show. I mean, just based on Filoni's track record.
Honestly, I don't even want Ahsoka to be in the show. I don't want her to show up.
I don't want her to either.
I want it to like end off with like going into like Wolf and Gregor and Rex going to go hunt like the Jupas. I want because like there's no mention of the Batch at all in Rebels. I feel like there has to, like, I don't know. They have to. I don't know.
They're all
that's
dead.
such a huge plot point for them to not like at least like make a reference to, because it's like,
right.
I don't know. I feel like they should have, at least in some way.
Let's see what else we got here. David. Despite Sid betraying them, it's clear Fee becomes more willing to help the Bad Batch clone commandos and decides to put others over her own interests. Also, Sid was working for the Empire anyway. Yeah, Sid is toast, I'm pretty sure, at this point. Like, they don't... Yeah. That bridge has been burned.
And, like, that's why I definitely think, like, with Fennec, that's why, like, Fennec probably is already aware of that, and she just knows not to trust Sid either.
Yeah. Wouldn't mind seeing Sid.
I'd want to see Sid dead.
Yeah.
That's really about it.
It shows that Ventress is neutral. Maybe that's why the color blade changes some with Ahsoka, who wasn't a Jedi anymore when she changed her lightsaber colors. I mean, I think it's neutral.
I don't think Asajj should be even like classified as a Jedi, because she was never even really Sith to begin with. She was just a dark Force wielder, like maybe like an acolyte at most. But with her being this with the yellow blade, I think it's just signifying that she's more of like filling that sentinel role. Like, she's not for the light or the dark; she's just for keeping the peace as of right now. But that being bounty hunting, like, because as her saying that she doesn't want to kill them if she doesn't have to, and that she's tapping into that dark side we're saying, but like you're making it really tempting to like that lust for vengeance almost.
We just don't know that she's talking to the Bad Batch, though. I mean, we have no idea.
I mean, it could be Palps. It could be, like, it's definitely feasible.
She could be talking to another bounty hunter for all we know. I mean,
do you think she was sitting there with Cad right now? Because, hey, can you go back to when they're shooting the blasters at her? Was it blue or was it red? I know this like very like a bland thing to point out, but
I mean, they're blue. They're blue
because the Batch, all their weapons shoot blue energy bolts.
Yeah, they are blue,
and the Empires are red. At least from previous seasons, anyway.
So this is
okay. Yeah,
they are basically saying, okay, like, they're shooting at her.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I think this is them. Like, she's trying to like capture them, and they're not wanting to. And she's like, "You're pissing me off to the point where I'm just gonna kill you guys and take you in cold."
Interesting. No, I think you're right.
They're not shooting to stun. Obviously, those weren't stun rounds.
Right.
Like, I think someone's gonna bite it there. If I had to guess, probably Record.
Who hired Ventress, though, to come and do this? I mean, that's the real question, because why in the world?
Yeah, I've been a loss on that one.
Would she be after them? Like, who is gonna hire her?
I mean, maybe Cad, maybe, but I think that's even pushing it though too.
I mean, the thing we know for a fact is that Palpatine is not hiring her.
No, she's not going to.
He's got Vader. If he needs to send someone out with a Force user, and he's got the Inquisitors at his back, in his pocket. So if he needs to have a Force user, he's got him already. He's got Inquisitors. He's got Vader. It's over.
And then too, like, even if it's like Tarkin or someone, she's not going to trust anyone that is Imperial, regardless. So that's why, like, I'm thinking it has to be someone from like a guild or something like that, someone who has big pockets to pay her. Because with her being Force sensitive, it's going to be jacking up that price. Like, we learned that in Jedi Survivor. Like, if you're a Force user, like, you're very high up there on the totem pole, like for your bounty at least.
Yeah, that's pretty interesting. I don't know. That's going to be really interesting to see how she comes into play, and then obviously what happens with her in the story. I mean, Quinlan could show up as well. I don't think it's out of the question now because of the connection.
No,
So
that'd be sick. Like if Quinlan stops her from killing one of them.
yeah, that'd be cool. I think there's a lot on the table. I think Boba Fett is definitely on the table. I think Quinlan's on the table. I still, believe it or not, think Vader's on the table.
Oh yeah, I would not be surprised if we get like a hallway scene and Vader's just murking the crew. Like I would not be surprised. I mean, it
That'd
would
be
suck.
crazy
It
if
would
it just
suck.
went down like that.
But I could see him like, okay, look at the Rebel season 1 finale where Vader, like they're opening up like the hangar doors and Vader's there. Or maybe it's season 2. I think it's season 2 because Ezra has a saber.
Yeah,
Um,
season 2 is the one where
no,
he's
no,
just
no. Season 2 is the Malachor. It has to be season 1 then.
that's season
Because
2, Malachor's?
because the Twilight Princess
Wow.
is season 2. Season 3 is when Ezra gets his hair cut. He's using the dark side of the Force to throw the walker off the.
Ah, yeah.
So
Good
yeah,
point,
when
good
Vader
point.
shows up on Lothal at the end of season 1, I think
Yeah,
it'd be something like that.
he's going crazy in the hangars, man. That'd be
He's taking Darth Maul's place.
that'd be cool. But also, like, I also think that it would be cool to just say, like, these guys aren't even as important as, say, the Inquisitors could take care of him easily because
Yeah,
they're not gonna be able to deal with Force users. So if like 2 Inquisitors came and just murked him, I mean, that'd be nuts too. Just like,
you
okay,
just see
they're
like
gone. Yeah,
the fifth brother and the seventh sister, like just from like just even like tied in like
seriously.
rebels, like it's just those two fucks like just sitting there.
Yeah,
Like I would honestly like I kind of like want to know like I don't even know how to word it. Like so if everything of interest, because we know how like, they like to like put these cameos in to like pay later homage to them. What if with Tales we get like a 3-part of Tales and it's like Dark Disciples with Quinlan if he comes in Bad Batch to
yeah, I could
give
see that. I mean,
I could that's what I'm saying like I could see it but at the same time like how does that fit in the Tales of the Jedi? Like I know Quinlan, but like how is that like that's kind of what I'm like just how would that work? But I could see them doing it because they
I mean,
why
I
would they spend all the money on the
definitely
assets for a cameo?
right. No, I mean that's true. I definitely think Tales of the Jedi. The thing is, we know nothing about season 2, so we don't know who's going to be featured.
Yeah.
I think Quinlan is a extremely high possibility.
I mean, he's getting love from everywhere right now. Kenobi, now this. But I mean,
Right,
because it has to be a nod to at least like the book with Ventress having her saber color. Because they could have
right.
just had it like be like a regular like Jedi saber that she found too.
No, it supposedly there was one of the someone made a comment. I guess one of the people who worked on it made a comment that like they're taking everything in the book into account. So
Yeah,
um
then yeah, I'm all for it.
yeah, so we'll see. I mean, yeah, I
I mean,
definitely am still very excited for Tales of the Jedi season 2,
I
and
am
I
too.
think I still really want a Luke, arc. I think that's really important for his character, especially because we get very limited Luke these days.
Yeah,
But I'd
extremely
be
limited.
cool
Yeah,
with a Quinlan or a Ventress as kind of like the dark side of it, kind of how they did like Dooku and
yeah.
Ahsoka last time. Even though
I,
Quinlan's not really dark side, but he's not your traditional Jedi either.
no, he's a lot like Qui-Gon in a way. Like he's
Yeah,
kind of just more of like for the Force.
yeah.
Um,
The Vader scene I think you're thinking of is from Rebel season 2 opener. I don't think
because
that
I thought it
happens
was
at the beginning of season
yeah,
2,
because I thought it
but
was a cliffhanger at the end of season 1 of Rebels, because they just barely escape because then Ahsoka, Kanan, and Ezra all reach out with the Force, and that's when Ahsoka finds out that like Vader could be Anakin because they see him doing like the flying moves.
yeah. That's definitely season
That's
1,
season
right?
1. Yeah,
I
because
don't it doesn't matter because we all know what we're talking about. Like in terms of we all know
yeah,
the point of the story we're talking about. It all blends together when you watch them on Disney Plus. It's just it is what it is. Excited for season 3? Yeah, absolutely, Shane. I
cannot
am
wait.
excited too. I think this is actually one of the better like Disney Star Wars shows. I think
Yeah, I mean even from the start, like it hit like that first like episode of season 1 hit the ground
yeah.
running.
Yeah, I really like it. And I'm really, really excited to see where it goes. I remember last year when season 2 was airing at the same time as Mando season 3, and there were days when like some of the the Bad
Yeah.
Batch episodes were better than the Mando episodes.
I was honestly kind of expecting them to overlap in some way, like just like some character showing up in Bad Batch, and then later that night, like show up in
Yeah,
Mando.
I kind of thought maybe that might happen too, but
I'm
nope.
glad it didn't though. Just to throw it out there, like I'm kind of
No,
glad it
Bad
didn't.
Batch is its own thing, and it's not Jedi heavy, which is kind of cool too. Yeah, I like it. I'm really enjoying it, and I'm really excited to see this final season. I think it's going to be. I don't think it'll have too much filler, even though there's 15
Yeah,
episodes.
I mean, because I honestly I don't know how I missed the 15 episode thing, but because I was expecting it to be maybe
Yeah,
like
let me
10
see
to
if I can
12.
pull it up on my other screen here.
But with that though, I mean, I definitely would expect at least 3 episodes of filler. I hope the first 3 aren't. Maybe like the last one in the triple release might be. But I think they really need to hit the ground running for this last finale since it's done after this.
Yeah,
Like, rather than, like, not.
I don't expect any of the first 3 episodes to be filler. I mean, I
could
would
see
hope
like
not, but
maybe like 8 or 9, like when you get halfway through it, like, having some filler. I just think the
All
stakes
right.
are too high right now.
Dude, we got the titles for these already. Holy hell!
What? Wait, what?
Hold up here. Here we
Hang
go.
on.
Here it is. Here's the release schedule.
Shadows of Tantus.
Confine, Paths Unknown, Shadows of Tantus. You
That's gonna be
you
cliffhanger.
already
That's gonna
know.
be cliffhanger.
Yeah, you already know I'm hyped for that one.
Okay,
A different approach.
The return. It might be Rex. Infiltration, extraction is going to be part 1, part 2. Definitely cliffhanger on that one as well.
I think it's
How
possible.
many? Wait, hang
Return
on.
could
You have
be
all of them?
I got them all.
Someone's losing their job. Someone's losing their job.
Well, Star Wars did post the schedule on their Instagram page, but they didn't have the titles when I looked earlier. So I don't know who got the titles, but this is the titles. So shout out Star Wars leaks on Reddit.
Infiltration, extraction.
Okay, the return could be Ventress though. I don't think they're going to show like clips from the whole entire season in the trailer. So I mean, it could be early on that we see her.
It could. I mean, a lot of the trailers too, like either like they'll have everything from the first 3 episodes, Ahsoka, or they'll have everything from the end pretty much, and only a couple from the first ones. They're very like hit or miss where they go with it. Because Ahsoka, all we got for almost every single trailer was from episode 1 through 4. Like we didn't get anything after that.
It was. Mm-hmm.
So, and each one of those trailers too, even though it was all the same footage recycled, it was still like even more and more interesting.
Right. So March 13th, we're getting 2 episodes, Infiltration and Extraction. So they're going to go into Tantus and they're going to try to take out. They're going to get Omega out. That's got to be what Infiltration and Extraction is.
And I think Crosshair might bite the bullet there, getting her out.
That'd be nuts. I wouldn't mind seeing Wrecker sacrifice himself to save her either. He'd
just don't do it Paz style. That's all I'm
he'd
saying.
be. Yeah.
And we're getting another double one too.
Yeah. So Bad Territory, The Harbinger, and here we go. April 3rd, Identity Crisis and Point of No Return.
Harbinger has to be Fennec.
Ooh, that'd be cool.
The cavalry has arrived could also very well be. It could be Rex with his group of clones, or it could be Ventress. Honestly,
I like Rex. I mean, so. That's the final episode, May 1st. The cavalry has arrived.
I really want all these to come out like the 2 together, but I feel like they could have stretched it to May the 4th for the last one.
Yeah, they could.
But I mean, May 1st. I mean, give it to me. Like that's. Flash Strike.
I mean, it's awesome that we're gonna have all of March, to watch this stuff, and all of April.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we're gonna have 2 full months plus a couple extra days there.
And they're coming out. I'm assuming at 8:00 at night again. So there's not gonna be no more 2 a.m. watch parties.
Right. I love that they come out at night. That's great.
Well, and I guess we can even do it on stream together because then I guess we probably could if you wanted to anyway.
Yeah, I don't know if it works like that, or I don't know how it works like that, but I'm sure you could.
Because Disney Plus has like the group watch thing where you can send
you
a link and then
yeah. The cavalry has arrived, man. I think that's going to be like a huge battle between the clones and the
Empire. I could definitely see it being like the Siege of Mandalore, but on Tantus. Like at least them trying, but like being unsuccessful.
Right. Man, these titles don't give away a lot. I'll say that much. I mean,
think
besides maybe like this infiltration
Juggernaut
and
could be.
extraction one.
I definitely think Juggernaut is talking about Wrecker. That and probably like Scorcher, like something to do with. I don't want to say it, but it's like Wrecker dying. Like the episode has to be featured around something with Wrecker and like a
Dude,
big.
they're all dying.
I mean,
Like
yeah, like
there's
I
no
don't want to
way
see, but
they
like
can stay around. So
I like if they all die, I would want it to be spread around instead of just all at once. I want it to be like they're slowly losing these people that are most important to them up until the climax. Like
yeah,
just taking like pop shots out of them, essentially, like kidney shots before getting to the knockout.
Yeah, I mean, till Vader just comes in and destroys them all. Right? David says another question is why did the V-wing get phased out even after the success of the vehicle? It would a compant what TIE fighters it would accompany TIE fighters very well. The difference being it's fast yet packs a lot of firepower. I don't think it was as well. I think the TIE fighter were just superior, right? Because they had more maneuverability.
Yeah. Superior, probably even cheaper to mass produce too.
Yeah, which was a big thing for the Empire because you got to remember they're like occupying thousands of planets and
they're gonna need like a Star Force to shoot them out as fast as they can. So if they can get something that's like cheap and easy to make, and it's still better, then they're gonna do that instead of using old clunky material. We see that in plenty of the scrapyards. They just everything that was previous, they just throw away. They don't need it. They're gonna make something quicker, faster, and cheaper.
Right. It's like faster for them to just build something new than to like.
I mean, look at Lothal.
Start like rebuilding old stuff.
Yeah. Or trying to make old stuff work.
Right. That too. I know it won't happen, but it would be cool if we got a young Balin Skull on the bounty hunter mercenary side.
Is he on the unknown regions during this time? Like.
Well, we don't know where he. Do we know that he was ever in the? Oh, well, he did come from.
Yeah, because after Order 66, he fled to the unknown regions. That was the description before the episodes came out.
Was that? That's true. Backstory. That was the backstory. Interesting.
I mean, I'm still all for it. That'd be sick. Like a Balin's like with a Ventress. Like I think it'd be sick because aren't they bounty hunters by the time of Mando or not Mando? Ahsoka.
Yes, they are bounty hunters.
Well, I guess mercenaries for hire.
Mercenaries, yeah. You
can see it.
Mind you, I haven't seen season 1 in years. Only finished Rebels hours before Ahsoka release. Yeah, I watched it right before Ahsoka release too, so it's all kind of hazy because I just kind of flew through it. Didn't Disney Plus remove their group watch?
Did they?
For some reason, I thought I had heard that. I don't know though. I have never really used it, so I wouldn't know.
Because right before Ahsoka came out, I was group watching it with a friend of mine who hasn't seen it before. So I know at least before Ahsoka anyway, it was a thing. I don't know if it still is or not though. Maybe with a TVMA being a thing now, it's not. I'm not entirely sure.
Yeah, I don't know why that would really have any effect on it, but so
interesting.
People here on Reddit are speculating that that the final episode is going to be like a double length episode, and that's why it's only 15 episodes instead of 16.
Yeah, so. I'm all for that. Like how like the season 1 episode 1 how it wasn't like an hour and a half, hour 40 minutes.
Yeah, it was like 90 minutes long. Yeah, it was crazy. All for that. So yeah, it's gonna be awesome. Super excited for it.
I like. Yeah. Okay, I see what you're talking about. Like, Ventress' story and Bad Batch will still align with Dark Disciple. So yeah, so that they're still definitely going to be using key points from that at least to pay homage to it.
They updated Asajj Ventress databank page.
Did they?
On
look
at this. No, on Star Wars website here. I'm just gonna share it. Okay, so she starts working with Quinlan, blah, blah, blah. He had been sent by Jedi Council to assassinate Count Dooku, blah, blah, blah. Ultimately, Ventress sacrificed herself to save Quinlan's life, taking the brunt of Dooku's Force lightning during their final confrontation. But that wasn't the end of Asajj's
Yeah, they
story.
definitely added. They definitely just added that in there, like that little end
They,
part. But like, but that wasn't the end. Like they definitely just added that.
they're just straight up retconning it, man. It's like no, they 100% added that. If people on Reddit are saying they added it too, they're just like they just highlighted it. Like, yeah. Uh yeah, that's pretty funny. Wow. Dude, they gotta stop just doing this constantly. Clips Film says Ventress, the character, refused to die. I mean, that's like every character nowadays in Disney
Riva.
Star Wars, though. They're just like they can't. I don't know why they can't leave anyone dead. It just I'm all for seeing Ventress, so don't get me wrong. Like I'm all for it, but like
Teth is named by the way of the planet. Teth. It took me
yeah,
way too long to get like to think of that.
yeah.
It took me way too long.
Took
Because like
only
when
50 minutes.
when it showed in Ahsoka, like the second I saw it, I instantly was like, oh, it's Teth. But like I don't know why now I just blanked on it.
Oh my gosh. The Bad Batch, mind you, is in the early days of the Galactic Civil War. Also, Fennec is not really all that bad of a person. Cad Bane is a smart yet ruthless bounty hunter. And what won't Cad Bane do for Cad?
Yeah, I definitely could see that. Like Cad, I feel like Cad is more aligned with like he'll just do whatever he needs to do to get a paycheck. Ventress has maybe a little bit more morals with it.
100%.
Could be completely
100%.
reversed though too. We don't know. But with him saying to Boba like you've gone soft, I'm pretty sure Cad is all about the money.
Oh, Cad's all about getting the check, man. He's like he'll shoot you dead. He doesn't care.
I love that Star Wars culture tweeted somehow that she returned. That's the picture of Ventress. Like,
I mean, but like for real though, because she, I guess in this timeline, I forget that I thought maybe they could just do her death like afterwards, but like in this timeline, she should be dead according to the book. So,
and to like,
mhm.
I feel like them just adding that little line at the end is kind of just like a cheap way of like, um. But I just saw that on Twitter as well.
Yeah, it is. It's a way for them to just say, look at what is this concept art we're looking at here? This is
From
Obi-Wan
Kenobi apparently. I just saw it on Twitter. It's early concept art. So I don't know.
I didn't see that in Kenobi. Dude, the sets in Kenobi were just beyond bad. Beyond bad. Oh my gosh. One story I don't accept Filoni version of Barrisoffy. I feel like that episode of Jedi Temple bombing and her betrayal disrupts the time for movie. I still prefer Legends / Order 66 deleted scene. How did she die? If you don't mind typing it out, how did she die in Legends? Because according to Filoni, Barriss is still alive, right? After the whole bombing thing. Like,
well,
she's
Filoni retconned George. There's a deleted scene in Revenge of the Sith where Barriss gets blown up on Felucia. So, like, I think that's what he's talking about. Is like the deleted scene.
Is she flying or something and she gets
no, she's in like a walker. And gets out.
I think I've seen that. I've watched
she gets evaporated like from like T2, like on the fence, like
Gotcha, yeah.
Like it's pretty out there. I see why they cut it, but like
yeah. Huh.
Holy hell.
Okay.
It's a lot.
To me, Legends Barriss, it makes sense to the movie. Yeah, I kind of do like I watched a while back that like super extended version of Revenge of the Sith that someone cut together. It's like 4.5 hours long. And they added back all the deleted scenes and all the Clone Wars stuff, and it is sick. So I guess that probably isn't in it, or they probably took that out because that doesn't work.
Could you like I know that Dave wants to finish I know that Dave wants to finish everything with Barriss. Could you see him making her the Emperor's Hand? Or like being like the Mara replacer if there is one? Could you see like her filling that spot?
I could see it just because he says he has plans for Barriss, but I absolutely don't want to see it now. I'm
hoping those plans are in like Tales, for example. I'd rather it be in that.
Yeah, I hope his plan's just like, okay, you'll see Barriss' story in Tales, or maybe he's just not gonna touch her death because
Like,
We already had a death scene. Yeah, I don't know. Still holding out for securities of Inquisitors or the Inquisitorius. So okay, this kind of leads into that. So I would be fine with her being an Inquisitor.
Oh yeah, I would too. There's so many of them. Yeah.
But I also would be fine with Mara Jade being an Inquisitor instead of the Emperor's Hand. I don't think Palpatine needs to have a hand. You know what I mean?
That makes way more sense. Like for the current canon with everything, that makes way more sense. Her being an Inquisitor over her being the Emperor's Hand, because then
I don't think Barriss or anyone really needs to be the Emperor's Hand. We don't need an Emperor's Hand. We have Inquisitors. Inquisitors work for the story, for the canon, like you said.
But no, I know that Arjun and I have talked in the past about we would love to see before Kenobi, 5 years before Kenobi, an Inquisitor show, just because there's so much there, and they could really bring in how much Vader hated them and how much he just full on just bullied them and tortured them, cutting limbs off, for fun, pretty much.
Right.
And if you ever see an Inquisitor that's missing limbs, it's because Vader chopped them off. And
yeah, he tortured him, right?
Yeah,
it's crazy.
He hated them. I mean, obviously we saw with Reva how he just like when he walks into the room and just he abuses the hell out of them. Yeah.
Just imagine Legends Barriss warns Canon Barriss breaking timeline like Spider-Man 2099 warns Miles about breaking canon timeline in different universe. So
make it labeled as like Legends, but don't make it either I don't know. I'm all for it. I just don't want it to feel. It has to feel right. It can't just feel like it's just been hey, this is a cool thing. Let's do this.
Yeah. I would be all for breaking up the timeline so that we have a separate Legends. I mean, we already do have a separate Legends in canon, but I want them to continue Legends stories either through literature or comics, or obviously animated TV would be the best way. But so I want them to continue that, and I don't think they will continue it until they establish that, hey, there's two timelines, by the way, which there are. But
I think with What If, that's going to be establishing that.
I hope so. I'm just concerned that What If's not actually going to follow Legends at all either. It's just going to be its own What If thing, I don't know. I don't know. That's my opinion. I'm just not sure. Yeah, go for it. I honestly just want an Inquisitor show showing them destroying Jedis like masters, and I think an Inquisitor show would be awesome, and I think they could do it animated or live action. I mean, live action would be even cooler, even though they didn't look great in Kenobi. They could spruce it up a little bit, make sure that we actually get some solid visuals for the Inquisitors and some better makeup. I tend to headcanon the Grand Inquisitor joined Sidious a few months before Revenge of the Sith and was trained by Sidious, Grievous, and Dooku. I don't know. Do we have a canon timeline for when he joined, or was it at the fall of the temple? Because obviously he was a temple guard, and I don't know if we have any canon timeline. I'm curious what you guys think, but
sorry, what I missed?
Maybe Caden knows. Do we have a canon timeline of when the Grand Inquisitor went bad? Obviously he was a temple guard. Did he wait until the temple fell, or was it beforehand?
Yeah, it was right. It was he was the first one that the Emperor was planting his little seeds in. He was the first one because he was the one
who was kind of already turned.
Yeah, because the Grand Inquisitor pretty much ran the Inquisitorius. That was his branch.
Right.
Essentially. I mean, obviously Vader too, but it was more of Vader was this is yours, you do this with it, and I'll train them. Because I think it was almost instant, because according at least to the book anyway, with how much manipulation that was already planned, this is all planted for when this all happens. He already has his followers, so I believe it's almost instantly. Probably not instantly, but pretty close.
Mm-hmm.
We know he killed the Temple Guards during Order 66, but I tend to headcanon that he was part of the charge in Operation Nightfall.
I don't even think that needs to be headcanon. I feel like that might just be canon.
I was gonna say I feel like that's just how it happened.
Yeah.
There's only some things where you could be I don't know, but this one I'm yeah, no, it makes sense.
Yeah, I think so. You can read that one.
There's a theory that Barriss is one of the Imperial Sith Inquisitors, and it's got to be an assumption and not true.
I mean, I'd be
I
fine.
want
I'd be
want
fine
her
with it.
if they bring her back in some way, that's how I want it. Any other way doesn't make sense to me. That's the only way to bring her back.
Yeah, unless she's just like kind of out on the run or something,
Yeah,
from the
she can't be
Empire also.
actively. Yeah, she cannot be like actively being like a Force user just out in the open constantly. She has to be
Right.
like Kenobi, for example, like a desert rat. Yeah, they have. It cannot be just like, oh hey, I got my lightsaber.
Yeah.
Want to see my laser sword? Like it can't be like that.
I agree. I agree.
It can't be like Qui-Gon walking around in the Phantom Menace, where Anakin just easily sees his lightsaber.
It's a whole different era. It's a whole different era.
Kilp says books we just have to imagine in our head. Comics we just see illustrations. By the time retcons happen, there's little timeline disruptions. Yeah, I mean that's why like I try to look at everything like with even from like the books of Area of the Empire to like the comic adaptations of them. There's little subtle differences.
There
Like it's
are.
kind of like a game of telephone. Like by the time it gets to the end product, everything's already changed.
Yeah, I do like that there are comics of the novels too. In that case, like
Yeah,
unfortunately, we don't have comics for the New Jedi Order. If we had the
I
Vaughn
wish.
comics, I love seeing some visual representation of that stuff. And if we had, yeah,
Yeah,
that'd be incredible.
honestly, if they could do everything in comic book form or like graphic novel form, I
Yeah,
think they should because that's the best way for us to like visualize what we're hearing slash reading if it's an audiobook.
and if they don't want to animate Legends or whatever, that would be a great way to at least continue like
Bring
publishing Legend stuff. Just be like, hey, we're gonna do comics of all the new Jedi Order books. By the way, like,
bring Dark Horse back.
hell
Like
yeah, did get Dark Horse back? Yeah, absolutely.
like get Dark Horse back. We'll be chilling. Or get Todd
Kidding
McFarlane's
me?
studio to do it.
Oh my
Like
gosh, be awesome. Yeah.
if you get Todd McFarlane to draw like Luke Skywalker, that's gonna look sick. Like imagine
Yeah.
like yeah, okay. I'm getting out of myself. It's just like either that
No,
or
I
do it in
think
like
it'd
Clone
be
Wars
awesome.
animation. One of the two.
Yeah, I mean, I just think it costs a lot to do the Clone Wars animation. I guess
I
I
mean,
do
like the
have
season of
one
Bad Batch,
question
obviously.
for you and for everyone else is so this is the final season of Bad Batch.
Yeah, there's no.
We know we're gonna get another Tales of the Jedi, but is that gonna be like the only animated Star Wars show going forward? Because there's nothing on the docket. We
I
don't
mean,
know of anything like
I'd
after that.
assume. I would assume What If is. I mean, I would assume so, but it could be. It could be like how Visions is. I mean, I think them with them closing their studio they had for like the Clone Wars studio and everything, like
Yeah.
visual effects wise. I think this might be the end with Tales. I hope not, and I hope it goes into What If. But I could definitely
Well,
see them not.
even What If though could just, I mean, those are going to be like you said, it's going to be more similar to Visions probably, and just one-off stories here and there in different episodes. But like, that's how at least I imagine it to be. But like, are we going to get another canon like story? You know what I'm saying? Like in animation, like we had Clone Wars, then we had Bad Batch. Well, we had Rebels between those. Sorry, Clone Wars, Rebels, Bad Batch. What's next? Anything? I don't really count What If. You know what I mean? I just
I would hope at least with the movies coming out that they do something to tying it. I mean, but then even though then too they're gonna like it's so I don't want to say no. I like in my heart I don't want to say no, but I think the answer is yes. It's done. I
I
mean,
kind of think it is too.
with
I
Bad Batch,
that's
it looks way better than it did even with season 2, or even with Tales. It looks way better, even though it's not even it doesn't even look bad. Like compared to where they were with the Clone Wars movie to now,
oh yeah,
like it's like a night and day difference.
it is. It's totally
But
100% different. Looks
that's what I'm saying
incredible.
too. Why would they waste all the money on like getting a new model for Ventress, all this other stuff? Why would they waste all the money on these assets that they're not going to reuse them for profit in the future? I feel like they have to almost.
I
Because
don't know.
like, what if you get I mean, I guess if never mind, it's not going to work. Because if Dark Disciples already happened previously,
Right.
then never mind. Yeah, I don't know.
I do think it's possible if they do continue animation that we could go forward in the timeline a little bit. So we could go like between the Return of the Jedi and the sequels, like we are with
Jeez.
Mando, and
Yeah.
it would be a great way to continue the stories of Luke and Han and Leia without having to deep fake everything and have that wonky
Yeah, just hire voice actors.
Yeah, get
I
some
mean-
good voice actors. That Indiana Jones game, dude.
Oh,
Whoever's
yeah.
doing his voice.
It's Troy.
Oh yeah, it is. He did.
literally-
Yeah,
like he nails everything that he does a voice in, whether it's Batman, whether it's Last of Us.
yeah. Sounds great. So
I had a sneeze. It went away.
I haven't finished Rise of the Red Blade yet, but I would like to see Iscat. Is that
The
how
main
you pronounce
character.
that? Yeah, is that how you pronounce that? I don't
Yeah.
even know. In live action, she's quickly become a favorite character of mine. I'm only 10 chapters in, by the way. Right on. I mean, yeah,
You
I
have
think
lot more to come.
if they do an Inquisitor show, even in animation,
Yeah.
though, and say not live action, obviously, like you want, but it's something. It's better than nothing.
I would take an Inquisitor show in the Clone Wars art like style over live action any day. If we could get like
Yeah, I think
these
you could do so
stories,
much more with the animation
I mean,
sometimes.
look at like when Ahsoka's running away from the clones on Coruscant at night. Like, look at how like her like acrobatics are in that. You can't do that in live action to make it look right. Like they tried with the 2003
Right.
Daredevil. Like it doesn't work. So
Right.
to show that side of it and how the like I mean look at the what is it? Look at the eighth brother. Like how he moves in Rebels. You can't do that in
Yeah.
live action.
No, you can't. I think animation is kind of the place for those
I mean,
stories. But
yeah.
the nice thing about if they did do an Inquisitor show, you could definitely tie in Cal Kestis
Oh yeah, you would
a
have to. I
lot.
feel like.
So yeah, that'd be really cool.
I think that's that. Like, is obviously. I mean, yeah, that's yeah. I think they'd have to, if not, at least just mention him.
Right.
Where's the Rex show? I'm asking the same question. Like I know D. Bradley Baker doesn't want to say goodbye to the clones. He's been voicing them for almost 20 years now.
I mean, yeah, Rex is my favorite clone, so I'm all for that.
If canon universe collapses because of the timeline disruptions breaking canon, it will fall apart like an 8-bit pixel falls apart as a video game over. As game over.
Can you imagine it just does that, and then it's just like, by the way, the sequels aren't canon anymore. We're gonna do a new thing.
I would feel like they're joking. Like if that happened, I'd be like I would hope it's serious, but I'd be like, are they just like messing with us?
Yeah,
Like,
I'd be like, what is this? There is
David
Star Wars
says,
Volume 3 and Star Wars Tales of the Jedi. Right, yeah. So like I'm talking about like a canon, like long form show though, not like Tales of the Jedi is like, what are they, 10-minute episodes? I mean,
yeah, they're almost like little shorts.
right. Like I
I
can't
would
even
want
count that.
yeah, I would want it to be like in between like the prequels and the OT, and then the OT with like the NJO with Luke's Academy. Like if they could give us like Outcasts in that form, like the Outcast series, like Jedi Outcast, like that would be insane. Like give us Luke's Jedi Order in that version or in that animation anyway.
Yeah, that's the dream, man. That is the dream. I would like to see the Zillo Beasts eat Dr. Hemlock if someone let the Zillo Beasts escape on Mount Tantus, destroying labs and prison inside the mountains. Kind of like half like Cascades of Black Mesa, Alien Infest.
I was even thinking from episode 7, like Han's ship that he's on, where he has
and like all those things.
yeah, that's what I was kind of thinking. It looks like it's just gonna wreak havoc through the
alive.
hallways.
Yeah.
That's funny though. I mean, we technically already got Ripley. We got Pelimoto.
That's right.
I mean, it's not. We already saw ET in Star Wars. Like, it's not impossible, right? I don't know.
Oh god. Well, we're about an hour, so we're actually a little over an hour, but I think we had a good breakdown, a good discussion of Bad Batch. I'm really excited to get into the actual show, and I mean, we have literally a month away, and we're gonna get 3 episodes.
Yeah,
I mean, yeah,
yeah.
We're
Okay. Also, too,
day shy of a month away. Yep.
Why didn't they release this trailer like I don't know, not like a month? Like I feel like whenever like movies release a trailer like a month or two before the movie comes out, like you guys could have been promoting this for like okay, No Way Home came out in December and they were promoting it in July.
Right.
Like,
right.
I feel like they should have released this probably like Christmas, but that's just me.
That's what I would think too. I would have thought at least 2 to 3 months ahead of time, just like they did for all the live action stuff.
Yeah.
So.
Well, and now we know too with Tony aka Star Wars Sith why he said that like he thought Bad Batch was already done from what he saw at Celebration, but he didn't see like Avengers, for example. So
right,
they were still actively working on it then, probably like doing like the voice work and stuff.
There's a lot that goes into it. I mean, this is a CG heavy show, right?
Yeah.
It looks great. So
in the future,
they could still be working on it. No, I think they're good now that it's coming out in a month. But
yeah, they're probably like just tweaking little things. That's
maybe
that's really about it. Like doing like they're like pretty much probably done.
Yeah.
I mean, but at the same time too, Stranger Things, like the Volume 2 finale, they were still working on it the night it got released. Like if you
That's
watched it the night it
crazy.
got released, and then the next day it's different. Like the VFX, they were working on it to the last hour before it got released to the public.
Yeah, no, we're
So
not
that's
getting.
what I'm saying. Like they will work to the last minute if they can,
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
is insane. The fact that they were still working on it and it looked flawless too is what's insane. I don't know.
A lot of
The
time
world
went
of
into that
visual
show.
effects.
So I know, right? Right. It's crazy. But yeah. All right. Well, everyone, thanks for joining. And we will definitely be getting into the thick of the Bad Batch here in the next coming weeks. So it's
Yeah,
gonna be awesome, man. I can't wait to
cannot wait.
actually have something new to talk about. And
I can't wait
um
to make a Star Wars video again. finally have something to make one
yeah,
on. Like I get
there
to
you
make
go.
a breakdown.
Yeah, I've started to get back into it a little bit, so it's always good too. But
Yeah, cannot
yeah.
wait.
All right, guys. We will catch you guys later. Everyone, thanks for watching.